Arsenal get green light to sign €50 million star, who dreams of Gunners' move. Arsenal have received the all-clear to pursue Sporting CP midfielder Morten Hjulmand, who is a boyhood fan of the club. The Denmark international expected to leave the Lisbon club after deciding to stay last year, despite fielding strong interest, including from Martinodegaard. Sporting are understood to be appreciative of the fact that Hjulmand remained and will not stand in his way this summer. Last year, the club insisted that suitors must trigger his €80 million release clause, but it is now believed that Hjulmand will be available for a more reasonable €50 million. He has been a standout performer for Sporting since joining in 2023 from Lecce, and is the Portuguese side's captain. Sporting have already resigned themselves to losing the Dane and initiated the process to sign a replacement several weeks ago. Now, they are set to announce Hjulmand's heir apparent. According to Fabrizio Romano, Sporting have agreed a deal to sign Real Betis star Sergi Altimira in an €18 million deal plus add-ons. The Spaniard is set to complete his medical within the next 24 hours. Altimira signing clears way for a Hjulmand move. With a deal for Altimira wrapped up, Sporting and Hjulmand can now set about finding a move for the captain that suits all parties. The 27-year-old has once again been linked with Martinodegaard in recent weeks, though it currently looks as though they are focusing all their energy on Matheus Fernandes. This could potentially clear the way for Arsenal, who was said to have been in touch with Hjulmand's camp last month. Intriguingly, the Dane is a boyhood fan of the club and even has a tattoo of the Gunners badge. He would surely jump at the chance to join. Arsenal are currently locked in discussions with Newcastle United over a deal for Bruno Guimaraes. However, the Magpies, who could potentially lose Sandro Tonali this summer, insist that the Brazil international is not for sale. Hjulmand would represent a significantly cheaper option, albeit he is not quite at the level of Guimaraes. That said, given Arsenal's midfield depth, a player like the Sporting star would absolutely be able to do a job, perhaps more so than compatriot Christian Norgard, who struggled for minutes in his first season at the Emirates, and may depart this summer. Either way, it looks increasingly likely that Hjulmand will leave Sporting this summer, and it would not come as a shock if the Premier League were to be his destination. In a recent print edition, record the 25th of June, page 18 mentioned that Arsenal have set their sights on Sporting CP midfielder Morten Hjulmand this summer. It has been claimed that the Gunners are eyeing a move to secure the services of the Danish talent in this transfer window. Hjulmand's impressive form in Portuguese football. The 27-year-old enjoyed a solid campaign at the Portuguese club, and he put in a run of impressive displays for them in the middle of the park. Hjulmand participated in 45 matches for Sporting last season, netting 3 goals and grabbing 6 assists in the process across all competitions. The Danish sensation is currently among the most talented midfielders in Liga Portugal. Hence, it is no wonder that the Gunners are hoping to sign him this off-season. His current contract at the Portuguese club will run out in the summer of 2028, which could make it difficult for Arsenal to sign him on the cheap later this year. Should Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta get Hjulmand on board? Hjulmand is a tough-tackling midfielder who can time his challenges well to secure the ball back for his team inside his half. He doesn't mind clearing the danger when the opposition are on the offensive, and is a tidy passer as well from midfield. The Denmark international can even contribute by scoring and creating a handful of crucial goals for his team. Hjulmand is primarily a box-to-box midfielder that can also serve as a defensive midfielder if asked to do so. However, there are some concerns over whether he can adapt to the physical side and high intensity of the Premier League if the Gunners manage to sign him later this year. We can expect Hjulmand to bring more quality and depth to Arsenal head coach Mikel Arteta's midfield department. He has what it takes to fight for a regular starting place at the Emirates Stadium next season. At 27, Hjulmand has his best years ahead of him, which makes him a decent option for the Gunners to consider in this transfer period. Hence, Arteta would be wise to go all out to get him on board this summer. As the World Cup round of 30 to take shape, a reminder about how betting works in the knockout stage, because it's a mistake everyone has made at some point. By default, most wagers are for regulation time only. In other words, extra time and penalty shootouts don't count toward most baits. Having said that, some books have started offering baits that explicitly include extra time or overtime, so beware of what you're betting. If you want to pick a team to reach the next round, that bet is typically called to advance or to qualify. It covers all methods of getting through, whether in regulation, extra time or penalties. Keeping that in mind, here are my thoughts on each round of 30 to match up, are they confirmed. Remember that Yahoo Sports Soccer Pick M with Fox 1 reopens as well for the knockout round, so be sure to make your picks.